Hello and welcome everyone to the How to Be channel. In today's video, we will go through a career in architecture and share our thoughts with you so that you have an idea about this particular profession and perhaps make your own picture of it. So throughout the upcoming slides, we will go through a brief introduction, fly over the definitions, then we dive into the school program to go over specializations, duration, courses, diploma, and advanced degrees. Next, we'll speak about jobs and industry field, including CV, skills, professional regulations, salary, and job indicators, common position levels, example of job listings, software and applications used, and lateral and vertical move during a person's career. Finally, we'll end up with the career goals and aspiration tips and finish with a dream slide. So deciding on a career path is probably one of the biggest decisions, again, you will make in your life. This is why it is important to gather as much information as you can to help you choose the right career path and hopefully to enjoy the experience as it is a lifetime decision. Again, as this is repeated in our previous videos, the best way to help you choose or decide on a career path is to ask yourself the right questions. What would you like to become? What is your career dream? What are you interested in? What career or job you believe will make you happy? Are you looking for a routine job or a more evolving and exciting experience? Some questions specific to architecture career could be, are you interested by architecture and construction design? Are you fascinated by construction design, bridges, skyscrapers, modern construction, etc.? Are you appealed by drawing, modeling, and construction work? Are you interested in working with construction materials and using them to design and lead construction of future buildings? Are you comfortable working on a computer and guiding construction work? After objectively answering the right questions, it may be easier to decide which career path you may be really looking for. So architecture is the art and technique of designing and building as distinguished from the skills associated with construction. An architect is a chief builder who plans, design, and oversees the construction of buildings. It is a wide-ranging branch of construction design that keep evolving and adding multiple contributions to our worldwide society and heritage. The main activity sectors are residential, commercial, restoration, landscape, interior, green design, urban planning, interior design, visual arts, etc. Also, in general, the main industries of employment could be office building, skyscrapers, hotels, bridges, schools, museums, government buildings, multi-unit residential buildings, non-residential buildings, and construction, etc. So one important note on the school program is that most architecture programs are provided by universities around the world. Requirements for program registration are usually listed in each university website, and these depend on the location as well. Details for the program and list of choices provided by the university are also commonly available in universities' websites. And it is important to note that some architecture programs require minimum pre-university grades or scores for entry, which is also listed in most universities' website as well. So architecture has numerous sub-branches, also called specializations. Specialization means you will get a more focused education in a specific field. And it is important to choose the right one you like, as these specializations will often open doors to specific fields of architecture. From web research, we can cite some specializations that we that are listed, and these include architecture technology, architectural engineering, architectural design, architectural history, interior architecture, landscape architecture, urban planning, computer graphics, film, industrial design, construction, among others as well. So some things worth noting here are that most universities around the world provide a degree of Bachelor of Science in Architecture in 3 to 4 years full time, including external courses or internships. Master's, which is the next degree, also called Professional Masters in Architecture, can be obtained following approximately 2 additional years of studies. Master's is often needed or required to get the title and license for architecture practice, uh, especially in some locations. PhD or Doctor of Philosophy, also called third degree in architecture, can be obtained following 3 to 6 additional years of studies, depending again on the student, invested time, subject, field, university, among other factors as well. PhD is usually optional and more research-oriented program that can be pursued by the student as well. So in summary, Bachelor of Science in Architecture is 3 to 4 years. Master's is additional 2 years, and in some location is required for certification. Finally, PhD is additional 3 to 6 years and is optional and mostly research oriented. So in this slide, we see a list of common courses, example from McGill University, that are to be completed at university for a bachelor degree in architecture. These courses do vary a little bit from one university to another, but the main programs in general are similar in the teaching. So some courses may be more important to you. For example, aiming for a career in building construction, you will have to work very hard in most courses, but you may be specifically interested in courses like organization of materials in buildings, introduction to buildings environment, design and construction, architectural structures, sustainable residential development, building regulations and safety, etc. Also, as you can see from example here, there are multiple aspects of architectures that are reflected in this list, and it is important to have an understanding of the learning materials, especially as an architect may be called to work in different type of projects and construction work throughout his career. Finally, additional courses may need to be completed during master's degree depending on the university and location, but also the local regulations as well. So some thoughts about the courses that are commonly received by architecture students could be one, architectural drawing. Uh, there are drawing techniques that are learned at university. Throughout his career, an architect will work with graphical representation, which requires strong understanding of these techniques. Second, architectural history. While history of architecture gives strong picture of past societies, evolution of architecture field throughout history is a must learning for every architect. Three, law for architects and engineers. Well, architecture practice is under scope of many regulations. These regulations ensure the protection of the public safety and interests and are crucial to know and understand as well. Four, architectural graphics and elements of design. So in general, every decision is important in architectural design and element selection as well. Understanding the techniques and choices of these elements is key in architecture. Five, design and construction. Well, understanding the state of the art behind design and construction require a visit to the techniques learned at school as well. High-level process overview is something to try to understand at school, and it is important to understand these courses and to try to excel at them as well. 6, introduction to building environments. Well, environmental consideration during architectural work is something crucial in the profession for almost all architectural works. 7, architectural structures. Again, fundamentals of architectural structures is key as well to ensure the state of the art is considered and applied. 8, architectural modeling. Using computer-aided design software to model and represent the work graphically is becoming the norm today. And developing CAD skills will always be rewarding in the future. 9, geometry and architecture. Well, geometry have been crucial for developing architectural techniques. And understanding geometry and applying the teaching in the profession is essential for almost most architects. 10, sustainable design, which is about the importance of impact to environment and creation of healthy and comfortable environment for society, and the purpose to improve performance of construction. 11, origins of modern architecture. Well, understanding new and innovative technologies of construction, particularly the use of glass, steel, and reinforced concrete in modern construction is also important learning included in these curriculums. And 12, organization of materials in buildings. So in general, many material types are used in construction, and understanding their behavior and properties under different environmental conditions is key in here. So it is important to note that all courses provided are important, and for the student, the best path is to try to excel in all courses. It will only be rewarding during the person's career. Now, what diploma will you get? So let's start to see what is a diploma. Basically, diploma is the award given to you following completion of the school program. A copy of each diploma is normally requested by the employers during job interview process. So it is important to preserve these documents. For architecture path, these diploma are listed as follow. So for bachelor degree in architecture, which is an undergrad degree, the diploma is Bachelor of Science in Architecture diploma. For master's, the diploma is Master's degree in Architecture diploma, which is in some location is the professional degree. And for PhD degree, the diploma is Doctor of Philosophy diploma, which is in most places optional. Note that master's degree is required in some location to get the professional title or professional degree. PhD, or on the other hand, is optional and only for those interested to go advanced, like doing advanced research on a specific field or aspect of architecture. So we spoke about master's and PhD earlier. These degrees are what we call higher degrees, and again, research-based degrees, and are optional, especially for PhD. Perhaps only for those that would like to specialize more and do research in a certain field of architecture. Following bachelor and master's degree, advanced research-oriented degrees may be pursued. Most universities provide two options, either course-based masters, which is often required for professional degree in some locations again, or research-based masters. Both require, in general, 2 years of studies or research, and the diploma that is granted is basically following the completion of the program that is followed. So following master's degree, a PhD degree under supervision of an advisor or director may also be pursued. A PhD degree in architecture is typically, again, as we noted before, mostly research-based, and a certain number of courses must be completed depending on the university program. A PhD diploma is granted, again, following successful defense of the thesis. Um, so the normal path is bachelor, then master's, and finally PhD. Um, so one last thing to mention is that some universities do provide the option of moving directly to PhD program following completion of a bachelor degree program, meaning that you could skip masters in certain locations. However, most of them require a certain minimum grade or score achieved at the end of the bachelor degree. Professional degree in architecture opens doors to multiple choices of jobs from multiple industries around the world. Some industries are more developed in certain locations, and it is important to look what jobs are available depending on the living location. However, some positions are not location specific, and you may have to be called to work on projects basically around the world or traveling from one country to another. Note that job search engines such as Indeed.com or professional networking websites such as LinkedIn can be used to assess the availability of position and industry fields that are operating nearby your location. So example of an industries recruiting architects include architecture firms, residential construction, building construction, hospital construction, non-residential construction, bridges construction, restoration, landscape, green design, among other industries as well. So following completion of architecture professional program, the next step is to enter industry and get the dream job. One important factor, again, is the curriculum vitae, also called CV or resume, which summarizes your educational and professional profile. The main sections of a CV could be name, address, phone, and email in the header of the file, written and spoken languages, education, academic projects, scholarship and awards, computer and technical skills, professional experience, area of expertise, hobbies and personal interests, and finally references which are provided following request by the employer. So CV do send a strong message to the employer about your personal education, career, qualifications, skills, achievements, and interests. So again, it is particularly important to take the time to draft it and adapt it to the job description as much as possible, as most of the time you will get only one interview, meaning it is important to prepare for it. Now, skills. Again, a skill is a learned ability to perform a task. Often when employers list a job, they also add a job description and the main tasks are listed, which means you can directly ask yourself the questions, will I be comfortable completing these tasks? Do I have these skills? This is why it is important during the course of the career path to develop as many skills as needed to achieve personal goals and open as much doors as possible. So on a note here, it is important that knowing the career path and perhaps the dream job early may help in getting prepared to acquire the right skills needed for that job. So common required skills or in architecture, these include interests in architecture, design knowledge, knowledge of building and construction, attention to details, critical thinking, logical reasoning, customer service, verbal communication, creativity, among others. Other more technical skills could be computer skills, architecture software, analytical thinking, math, commercial awareness, visualization skills, etc. Now, regulations. In general, architecture profession and its branches are regulated in most places under various jurisdictions. It means the profession is legally defined and protected by law in most jurisdictions. One of the main goals of these regulations is to protect the safety and interests of the general public. Keynotes to take away are that in most jurisdictions, practicing architecture requires permit. Architecture, similar to engineering, is regulated by law, and most of its branches are also under scope of these regulations. Example given here is building design and construction. And finally, architecture certification and license are obtained following meeting specific requirements that could include a bachelor degree plus master's or PhD in architecture, often called professional degree. Professional internships or experience often required under supervision of a certified architect. And finally, complete examinations. And it is important to know and how to consult these regulations and standards as well, depending on the living location. So for some of you, you may ask, how is it a career in architecture? Well, this slide was prepared subjectively to try as much as possible to give you an idea how is it. Note that in this slide, the higher ranking is better. So in summary, base salary indicator in comparison to GDP per capita is usually high, meaning the salary in general is considered high. Salary increase per experience could also range from medium to high depending on the position and individual performance. Salary promotion per year is seen as medium. Salary range could be from medium to high. Job opportunities is perceived from medium to high. Sector diversity is from medium to high. Management opportunities could range from medium to high depending on the CV, individual performance, and also the sector of activity. Startup opportunities is high. Corporation or firms opportunities is from medium to high. Research opportunities is from low to medium. Lateral move opportunities could range from medium to high based on the local market and economy. And vertical move opportunities usually range is seen from medium to high. And with this, the overall sense of enjoyment would be, in this case, high. Again, here, other indicators. Please note that in this slide, the lower ranking is the better. So in summary, stress level is usually perceived as medium to high. Competition or number of applications per job listing is ranked from low to high based on the position. Requested experience level could range from medium to high. Job complexity could range from medium to high. And finally, working hours range from medium to high, perhaps closer to high in some cases for architecture profession. Now, once in the industry, often people ask, what are the common position levels? Well, for an architecture path, usually we start with an intern architect followed usually by a junior architectural designer, then gain the title of senior architectural designer after approximately 5 to 10 years of experience. After this, there is the architect title, following approximately 10 years of experience, then senior architect, and finally higher, more prestigious positions levels with more responsibilities, which could also depend on the individual performance and corporation promotion policy. So example of architecture job listings taken from Indeed.com could be design architect, project architect, single family project architect, healthcare project architect, planning and development project architect, architect and design representative, structures architect, infrastructures architect, architecture studio lead, etc. Note that common listings depend again often on the living area and industries that are operating nearby your location. So example of software and applications used by architects include Microsoft Office as an office software. For product lifecycle management, there are Windchill, Teamcenter, etc. MS Project, Trello, Asana, Basecamp are also commonly used for project management among multiple other software as well. For computer-aided design, some software include Reno 3D, Revit, Architecture, AutoCAD, Maya, etc. For rendering and animation, you have Blender, Autodesk, Revit, Cinema 4D, etc., among other softwares that could also be used by architects. Note that most software do vary from one corporation or organization to another. Software is normally selected based on the requirements, intended use, and other factors as well. Now, lateral versus vertical move. What is it again? Basically, a lateral move is when an architect moves from one position to another position while remaining in the same position level. Versus vertical move is when an architect moves from one position level, example given here as design architect, to a higher position level, such as lead architect. Potential advantages of lateral move could be opportunity for salary upgrade, exploring new teams, exploring different roles and responsibilities, broadening the experience and skills, and the possibility of working in different fields as well. While potential advantages of vertical move could be higher salary, less technical, more management, higher bonuses, and possibility of managing work or project within a corporation or firm. So in summary, some career goals and aspiration tips are as follow. To achieve a career goal, it is recommended to establish a solid plan and work toward that goal. Organize yourself and know your skills. Aim for professionalism and hard work, and you will gain a higher reputation in the industry. Organize yourself. Take the time to learn when in new position. Respect of colleagues, humbleness, and patience will always be rewarding. Becoming a good architect requires time, dedication, and perseverance. Learn how to manage personal time. Expand your knowledge of construction materials and advances in the field. Be professional. Know your role and responsibilities. Explore and have understanding of the standards and state of the art. Learn the state of the art. And finally, know the regulations. So finally, to end this with a dream slide, well, would you like to shape the design of future construction? Design bridges, skyscrapers, modern buildings, residential construction, or perhaps apply your architectural touch to modern homes? Then architecture is an option for you. Let's start by saying it's not this university or that university that make me a good architect, but the ball resides on my own hand. So let's work hard to become one of the best architects. You don't need a good memory or to memorize everything. Technology is here to help and remind you everything. Architecture provides the opportunity to contribute to modern construction and add a personal touch of design to cities around the world. If you like to be part of these achievements, then architect will provide this possibility. Finally, work hard and you will excel at your position. The quality of life, the feeling of achievement, the feeling of contribution will come naturally, and hopefully you will achieve your personal goals. And with this, we would like to thank you for watching and hope to have you soon in our next videos. If you're interested by any specific career path, please let us know. So here are the references, and if you liked this video, please hit the subscribe button, follow us on YouTube for new content, and share with family and friends. Thank you.